Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. Just want to say thank you for the support on the channel. I appreciate those coming back and watching more videos. And if you're new, hopefully you enjoy the snakes and you learn just a little bit. I'm always learning when I'm around the animals, something new, and all of the good comments from the people that are following me. You guys are definitely helping me out and helping me make a better life for the snakes. So just want to show you guys just a couple of animals, which hopefully you guys don't mind seeing. I have my Pearl Burmese out. She is 2 years old, and I think she's, I don't know that many people or really anybody personally that owns Burms, so I can't really tell if she's a good size or not. I would assume she's a good size. She's got some good nothing bad is showing on her. Like, I don't think she's too thin. She could be a little bit on the small side compared to some other people's Burms, but I do feed her every 2 weeks a small rat. I have to feed her this week, so I'm going to be getting more food tomorrow. So I mean, it's just kind of like, I guess I could bump her food up to once a week, but it really makes me nervous on these big animals because they will live around 20 years old and they will get very large, and I don't really want to push the size on them too quickly because they can store a lot of fat. And then if they store too much fat early on, then they have issues with kidney, heart, or just fat pockets, and then they just die at an early age. At an early age, I would say around probably 10 to 15 years instead of the 20-ish that they're supposed to live. But again, it's all personal preference, because if you're a breeder, you're going to want to pump your snakes up with food, or if you just want a big snake really fast, you're going to be feeding them pretty heavily. So it's all just dependent on what you personally want, and I would prefer a slow growing snake, but that's just me. And so this girl is beautiful. I've seen adult pearls and their color is still as vibrant throughout their entire life, which is really, really good, because a lot of snakes dull out. And I think even the albinos, just the regular albinos, dull out. This is the hypo and the albino, so you get kind of best of both worlds on that. She was the typical, and still is a typical small-ish, babyish Burmese, where she hisses. She kind of puffs her body up to try to be a little bit defensive, make herself look a little bit bigger than she is. I've heard once they start getting on some pretty good size, they really start to mellow out and get super tame, and almost as tame as ball pythons. And I rarely hear adult Burms give anybody any issues with biting or hissing or anything like that. So definitely, if you're going to get a Burmese, I would highly recommend a lot of interaction with them, which is what I've been doing with her. It seems to be helping out a lot. Plus, I really think it's more important to hang out or to interact with the snakes that can potentially be very large and could do some damage, just so they know that you're not a threat, and you know how the snake's going to react, and the snake will know how you react when holding them. So my one anaconda there, and my other one down there, I interact with them. Other than when they're feeding, I interact with them a lot, multiple times a week, just so that there's no issues in the future. So we'll go ahead and check out this really nice male snow right here. We're going to pull him just a little bit over here. So he does have a lot of dirt on him. A lot of this stuff got super wet, so don't mind him being just a little dirty. So he just shit out, and he's a 2020, so a late 2020, so he's growing very nicely on, I would say, maybe adult mice. And it is very difficult to get really good shots of the snows and the moonglows because of how white they are. And I'm not a good photographer, and I'm definitely not good with the camera either, so I really don't know how to do all the really cool special effect lighting stuff. But this is the best that you're going to get because this is the best that I can get. I really do like the patterns on the snows, and when they get bigger, they do get more vibrant yellow, which is really awesome. And you can see on the tail, it's nice and white and just a little bit of purple hue. The one thing I do love about the snows and the moonglows are the eyes. They're just really, really awesome to me. And speaking of the moon, we will check this lady out. So again, it is difficult to get good lighting on them because they just kind of glow with too much light, and then if you don't have enough light, then you can't really see the patterns. So basically the moonglow is the exact same thing as the snow, except it just has hypo. So they both have the albino and the anery, so just the added hypo. And I'm seeing a lot of people starting to add in jungle and Mali, which look extremely nice, and both of these are from the call line of albino. I've seen some with the sharp line, and they are extremely vibrant as babies and crazy looking as adults. These look very, very nice as adults as well with the call, but it's whatever you choose. So they are a double recessive, so they are a little bit more difficult to produce, and putting albino to albino, even as a het, you can get some pretty bad birth defects with the eyeballs. So a lot of people try to stay away from it. A lot of people do take the gamble, and sometimes they do very well, and then sometimes they don't do so well when they only have one eye. Well, when they have babies that come out with one eye or two eyes, and then eventually maybe some will even lose an eye. So this is a jungle hypo pastel. She shed out just a couple of days ago, and she's looking extremely nice. I love how bright her tail is. Nice jungle line going down the back of her. I just think she looks really awesome. So she's a 2019 on Rat Pups, shedding consistently like every 2 to 3 months, and she's very, very slow growing, and I don't understand why. We'll check out an IMG Motley Hypo Jungle, which is 100% het for snow. So 100% anery and albino. Really, really nice looking. 2019? Nope, sorry, 2020. Probably in early 2020. When I got it, it was definitely dark, but she has really darkened up since I have gotten her. So it's a lot of the IMG is definitely kicking in quickly with her. I don't know if she's going to go solid black because a lot of the other genes in there kind of mix everything together. But some of the IMG stuff takes a little bit of time to show, and then some of the IMG stuff pops in just a couple of months. So that's the one cool thing about IMG, is that you could have a really dark snake very fast, or in a year and a half it could just be solid black, which is really cool. The IMG VPI, which is a really, really cool looking snake because it does have the VPI caramel albino line, and then it's got the darkening gene with the VPI, the IMG. So she's pretty dark with a nice red tail on her. So I'm really not sure. I think she's just going to look like this as an adult, with really dark with the whites showing, and then probably her tail will still remain more reddish, but I don't know. We'll have to find out as she grows. Let's check out a ball python. Let's move this light out of the way. Oh wow, of course, all the snakes are in the back for some reason. And luckily I'm not getting bit. So this girl's shed out. I don't know if I showed you guys her since she's shed out, but she looks really, really good. So it's a Fire Enchi Yellow Belly Pied, 2021. And so she has 2 years until something could possibly happen with her as breeding. But again, I think she looks really, really nice. So just going through some of the ball pythons, showing you guys some that have shed out. Here's everybody's favorite, the VPI Aztec, which she's doing. We're still working on it. She's doing a lot better than what she was. She still hisses a bunch. I definitely need a hook in there to get her out, but I can hold her and she won't bite me, which is phenomenal. So this is a pastel clown that just shed out, which is really nice. Oh, too far in the zoom. Perfect shed on her, and she has dulled out on her colors since a baby, which is typical unless they have fire in them. And I mean, there's probably a couple other genes out there that keep them pretty bright, but she still looks really good. Nice patterns. She still has nice colors on her up the side of her body. I don't know, some people don't like pastels, some people love them. I think it's just you either love them or you don't type of a thing. But we'll check on her. So this is I got her as a butter clown. And then I was recently told that the butters and the lessers are the same thing. So I don't know why they're called two different things when they're supposed to be the same. I'm sure some of you know just a little bit more about that than I do. So that is just a quick peek on some of the animals, showing you guys how they're doing. They're all doing very well, and I'll say all of the ball pythons ate over the weekend, and I'm gonna feed them again here in the next couple of days. Every 5 to 7 days they eat when they're younger, and I try to push that out to at least 7 to 10 days once they get to be adults. So appreciate you guys stopping by on the channel, watching the video. Hopefully you guys have an awesome day. See you guys on the next one.